Even the toughest of men need the odd cry now and then.
Earn this.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 manly tear moments in movies.
Yes, sir.
Good.
For this list, we're looking at those big screen scenes when a man tries to hold back crying, but ends up with watery eyes or letting the odd tear slip down his cheek.
I don't know what to say.
We're excluding heavy sobbing scenes to focus on the smaller, less obvious tears here.
Don't with me. It's not your fault.
As you may expect, a spoiler alert is probably in order.
I'm sorry.
Number 10. Are you one of those single tear people? Whiplash.
Little trouble there.
In this scene from the 2014 drama that won J.K. Simmons the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, first-year jazz student Andrew Naiman, as played by Miles Teller, gets a verbal beating from his instructor Terrence Fletcher.
Were you rushing or were you dragging?
Not only does the Schaefer instructor threaten to use the young and aspiring musician like a pig, but he goes on to spew abuse that likens Andrew to a 9-year-old girl.
If you deliberately sabotage my band, I will f*** you like a pig.
Being yelled at and humiliated in front of your fellow students in such a manner would surely make anyone, whether you're an elementary student, high school student, or a student at heart, shed a tear or two.
Count again.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Rushing or dragging?
Rushing.
So you do know the difference.
And that's exactly what Andrew can't help himself from doing here.
Oh, my dear God. Are you one of those single tear people?
Number 9. Charles Xavier is paralyzed, X-Men First Class.
You should go with him. It's what you want.
In this surprisingly good prequel to the X-Men franchise, we see the characters before they become the signature ones we know and love.
Us turning on each other. It's what they want. I tried to warn you, Charles.
This means we find out how Xavier loses his ability to walk. When a deflected bullet hits Charles in the spine, he finds himself unable to move his legs. And, cradled in the arms of Eric Lensher, lets his eyes well up with tears.
We want the same thing.
My friend. I'm sorry. But we do not.
It's a heartbreaking and humanizing moment for the character, and one that made us feel closer to Xavier than ever before.
I promised you a great many things, I'm afraid.
Number 8. Q&A, The Master.
Would you care for some informal processing?
In this scene from the Paul Thomas Anderson drama, Joaquin Phoenix shows everyone why he's so often considered a terrific actor. When the World War II veteran returns home, he becomes confused about the future.
How are you feeling, Freddie?
Good.
Rested?
Yes.
So, when he's confronted with a difficult Q&A session called processing, after meeting the leader of a movement called The Cause, he can't quite contain his emotions.
Say your name.
Freddie Quill.
Say it again.
Freddie Quill.
Say it again.
Freddie Quill.
The unbroken shot that focuses on Phoenix's face shows that there are no filming tricks here. It is 100% raw emotion from the actor. His face becomes contorted, his voice choked, and his eyes well up with tears, making this scene both intensely realistic and heartbreaking.
I told her I'd come back, and I never went back, and now I gotta get back to her.
Why don't you go back?
I don't know.
Why don't you go
I don't know!
Number 7. Ems Death Skyfall.
What took you so long?
Who knew that we would ever see James Bond, the manliest of men, shed a tear? When a former MI6 operative tracks down the agency's head, M, Bond tries to keep her safe from the big baddie, but 007 ultimately proves unsuccessful.
I suppose it's too late to make a run for it.
As M lays dying in Bond's arms, he visibly becomes concerned and begins to tear up, something audiences never expected to see.
I did get one thing right.
As if her death wasn't shocking enough, it becomes that much more emotional due to Bond's reaction, as we feel for him and know that nothing will ever be the same without M. Number 6. We have a kid to think about, Blue Valentine.
I can't do this anymore.
This movie tells the story of a married couple that spans many years. Like any other couple, Cindy and Dean get into heated arguments, and in the case of this scene, it's one that leads to tears.
You know, it's not just us. We got a little girl we gotta think about.
When Ryan Gosling's character confronts his wife regarding her selfish behavior and her neglect of their child, her response brings him to tears.
Is this how you wanted to grow up?
I don't want her to grow up in a home where her parents treat each other like this.
There's even a great little touch added by Gosling, who flares his nostrils before the tears start to flow.
Baby, I'm sorry.
I can't do this anymore.
The acting in Blue Valentine is fantastic, and it's small moments like this that make this crying scene more relatable and emotional than most.
Baby, I'm just fighting, you know, I'm fighting for my family. I don't know what to do.
Number 5. Jack Twist, Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah, alright.
When two male cowboys fall in love with each other, they try to keep their relationship a secret from their respective wives.
Yeah. I'll see you next month then.
This results in hushed meetings and long periods without interaction throughout the years. Such is the basis for this scene, which shows Jack driving away from his partner, knowing he won't see him for a long time. Jake Gyllenhaal's acting earned him an Academy Award nomination, and it's not hard to see why. While this moment is difficult to watch, it's one that undoubtedly helped this epic romantic drama earn its terrific reputation. Number 4. Would you like that, Chris? The Pursuit of Happiness.
You're a good papa.
This biographical drama loosely tells the story of the real-life Chris Gardner, a poor single father who attempts to earn himself a career as a stockbroker.
Hi, Chris.
Mr. Fromm, good to see you.
When he's told he got the job, Will Smith turns in a terrific performance and puts to film one of the most realistic crying scenes ever.
Wear one tomorrow, though, okay? Because tomorrow's going to be your first day. If you'd like to work here as a broker.
Barely holding back tears, Chris quickly shakes hands and avoids eye contact, even discreetly wiping away the single tear that falls.
Would you like that, Chris?
Yes, sir.
We feel the joy that Chris feels due to Smith's talents, and the scene ends the pursuit of happiness on a perfect feel-good note.
Was it as easy as it looked?
No, sir. No, sir, it wasn't.
Good luck, Chris.
Thank you.
Number 3. Goodbye, Interstellar.
Hey, Dad. Checking in.
The Christopher Nolan sci-fi epic Interstellar follows a farmer as he joins a space mission to seek out hospitable planets.
Our 3 prospects are at the edge of what might sustain human life.
After departing from his family for an unknown length of time and on bad terms with his daughter, Cooper drives away from his house, failing to hold back tears.
For main engine start, T-minus 10.
Matthew McConaughey's performance is heartbreaking here, and is equally so during a later scene in which he sees his aging children via video messages.
Grandpa attended the ceremony. I met another girl, Dad.
Thanks to the actor's talents, he provides one of the movie's most powerful scenes and proves that good old-fashioned emotion always wins over extravagant special effects.
Murphy stole Grandpa's car. She crashed it.
Number 2. Another goodbye, Armageddon.
Daddy?
Hi, Gracie.
Say what you will about the quality of this movie, but don't pretend that you didn't shed a tear along with Harry Stamper here.
Grace, I know I promised you I was coming home.
I don't understand.
Looks like I'm gonna have to break that promise.
Choosing to stay behind to blow up an asteroid headed for Earth so that his daughter's boyfriend won't have to, Harry says his final goodbyes to his girl in a gut-wrenching scene.
I lied to you too, when I told you that I didn't want to be like you. Because I am like you.
This is one of Bruce Willis's finest moments, as we watch his eyes gradually fill up with water and a man tear slowly roll down his cheek.
I'll look in on you from time to time, okay, honey?
It's odd seeing such a tough man cry, but that's exactly why it proves so emotional.
I love you, Grace.
I love you too.
Gotta go now, honey.
Before we watch our final man shed a tear, here are some honorable mentions.
Medic! Medic! We got a medic!
Was nothing real?
You were real.
what made you so good to watch.
I wish the ring had never come to me. I wish none of this had happened.
Number 1. Dean Stanton, The Green Mile.
Take my hand, boss. You see for yourself.
When a spiritual and magical healing man is condemned to death and about to be executed, every guard in attendance tries to hold back their tears. But it's Dean Stanton who tries the hardest.
Do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out?
I'm sorry for what I am.
Dean's face is red with effort, and tears drip down his face. But he makes no noise and attempts with all his might to conceal his emotions.
May God have mercy on your soul.
It's a powerful scene that ends the fantasy crime drama perfectly, as it captures the very essence of what the film teaches us about faith, companionship, and the power of love. Do you agree with our list?
You have no idea.
What manly tear moment makes you cry?
Just tell me.
For more tear-jerking top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Gotta go now, honey.